Your bunker is stocked. Your family drills every Sunday. You've watched every season of The Walking Dead twice, and you're pretty sure you'd be Daryl, not Eugene. Then day 7 hits. The water you filtered yesterday tastes like copper pennies and regret. Your youngest won't stop shaking. The fever hit 103 an hour ago. Outside, your neighbors, the ones who used to borrow your lawnmower, are having a very different kind of neighborhood meeting. They're discussing you, they're discussing your supplies, and suddenly all those MREs in your basement feel less like preparation and more like bait. Welcome to reality, sunshine, where prepared families die first.
Rule number 1, the graveyard is full of ready people. Listen up, because I'm only saying this once. Being prepared isn't surviving. It's cosplay with consequences. You know what kills more families than radiation, zombies, and Mad Max wannabes combined? Their own stupid confidence. See, Mother Nature doesn't care about your bug-out bag. Chaos doesn't give a damn about your color-coded emergency binders. And when society collapses, it won't send you a calendar invite. Here's what's going to kill you. Not the obvious stuff, not the Hollywood disasters you've been training for. No, you're going to die from the boring, predictable mistakes that every prepared family makes. The same mistakes that turned survivalists into statistics in Sarajevo, in New Orleans, in every single collapse since humans learned to hoard. You want to live? Stop preparing to survive. Start preparing to fail better than everyone else.
The Stockpile Delusion, why your pantry is your coffin. Fatal flaw number 1, you think survival is subtraction. You've got 6 months of food. Congratulations! You're a human warehouse with an expiration date. Every can you open is one step closer to starvation. Every MRE you tear into is a countdown timer to desperation. You know what your stockpile really is? It's a neon sign that says "Rob me" to every desperate soul within 5 miles. Here's the science you missed while shopping for freeze-dried lasagna. Humans need 2,000 calories a day minimum to maintain basic function. Under stress, make it 3,000. Hard labor, 4,000. Your 6-month supply just became 2 months. Your family of 4 just became a family of 12 when your brother-in-law shows up with his kids. Basic math, it's not your friend. The real survivors aren't stockpiling, they're producing. Learn to trap rabbits using nothing but wire and desperation. Master the art of urban foraging. Yes, dandelions are food, and they'll outlive your canned peaches. Understand crop rotation in a 4x4 space, because when your pantry runs dry, the guy growing potatoes in old tires becomes king. Remember the Holodomor, the Irish potato famine? Those people had stockpiles too, until they didn't. The survivors were the ones who adapted from consumers to producers, from hoarders to hunters. Your 50 pounds of rice won't save you. Your ability to find 50 more pounds will.
The infection invitation, your medicine cabinet of denial. Fatal flaw number 2, you prepped for bullets, not bacteria. You've got tourniquets, chest seals, enough quick cloth to stop an arterial fountain. Good for you, Rambo. Meanwhile, you're gonna die from an infected hangnail. Let me paint you a picture with the blood of reality. Day 12 of the collapse. No running water, no sewage system, your toilet is a bucket, your hygiene is a memory. That small cut on your index finger from opening a can? It's red now, swollen. The red streaks are climbing up your arm like poison ivy made of death. That's sepsis, friend. Blood poisoning. Pre-antibiotics, it killed more people than all the wars combined. Here's your chemistry lesson. Bacteria doubles every 20 minutes in optimal conditions. Your unwashed, stressed, malnourished body? That's a 5-star resort for microbes. That innocent cavity you've been ignoring? Without antibiotics, dental infections have a 30% mortality rate. 30%! Let that sink in while your tooth throbs. The Black Death didn't kill through combat. Spanish flu didn't need bullets. Cholera doesn't care about your tactical vest. They killed through poor sanitation, close quarters, and compromised immune systems. Exactly the conditions you'll be living in. Stockfish antibiotics, same compounds, no prescription. Learn to identify and cultivate penicillin mold on bread and citrus. Yes, it's real. Yes, it works. No, it's not FDA approved. Neither is dying from strep throat. Master the production of alcohol for sterilization. Fermentation is just controlled rot, and sugar plus yeast equals antiseptic. The chemistry is simple. C6H12O6 becomes 2C2H5OH plus 2CO2. Memorize it. Live it. Soap isn't luxury, it's life. Fat plus lie equals survival. The pioneers knew this. You forgot it shopping for tactical gear.
The family fracture, when blood turns bad. Fatal flaw number 3, you think love conquers all. your family unit, your survival team, your biggest liability. You think blood bonds are unbreakable? Tell that to the Donner Party. Tell that to every family that turned on each other when the food ran out. Love is a luxury resource, and it depletes faster than batteries in winter. Day 15. You've been awake for 43 hours straight standing guard. Your spouse just gave the last antibiotics to your child instead of your mother. Your teenage son questions every decision you make, loud enough for others to hear. Your daughter won't stop crying. She hasn't for 3 days. The noise is attracting attention, problems, danger. This isn't a failure of love. It's psychology meeting reality. Stress hormones, cortisol, and adrenaline literally rewire your brain. The amygdala hijacks rational thought. Fight or flight becomes fight or fight. Every family member becomes competition for resources. Every decision becomes a betrayal to someone. The science is brutal. Under extreme stress, the prefrontal cortex, your rational thinking center, shuts down. You're running on lizard brain, and lizards eat their young when resources get scarce. Establish command structure before crisis. Not democracy, not committee, chain of command. Military units don't vote in firefights for a reason. Rotate leadership to prevent breakdown, but maintain hierarchy. Practice information discipline. Not everyone needs to know everything, especially not that you're down to 3 days of food. Ignorance isn't just bliss, it's behavioral control. Create separation protocols. Sometimes the family that survives together needs to exist apart for sanity. Schedule in solitude, enforced quiet hours, because the fastest way to destroy unity is forced proximity without relief.
The comfort zone catastrophe. Your drills are theater. Fatal flaw number 4. You've been training for camping, not collapse. Your bug-out drills, your weekend warrior exercises, your family fire drills, adorable. You know what you haven't practiced? Carrying your injured child 5 miles in the dark while being pursued. Staying silent for 72 hours straight. Going without food for 4 days while maintaining security watch. Your practice happens in comfort. Your death happens in chaos. Here's what Navy SEALs know that you don't. Stress inoculation is everything. The body doesn't rise to the occasion, it falls to the level of training. Under stress, complex motor skills degrade by 70%. Fine motor skills? Gone. That tactical reload you practiced? Under adrenaline dump, you'll fumble like you're wearing oven mitts. Your brain physically cannot process new information effectively under extreme stress. Cortisol floods the hippocampus, preventing memory formation. You won't remember the clever solution, you'll remember what you've drilled to muscle memory. And you drilled in comfort. Start training ugly. Middle of the night evacuations with no warning. Not announced, not planned. Someone screams move and you have 45 seconds. Practice noise discipline by living silent for 24 hours. No talking, no whispering, hand signals only. Try it. Watch your family fall apart by hour 3. Implement stress positions during planning sessions. Hold the plank while discussing water purification. Make decisions while exhausted, hungry, and cold, because that's when real decisions happen. Train your children to hide silently for hours, not minutes, hours. Make it a game now before it becomes survival. The Viet Cong trained children younger than yours to stay motionless in spider holes for days. Practice triage, real triage. Who gets the last antibiotics? Who carries what if someone's injured? Who gets left behind if pursuit is closing? These aren't philosophy questions, they're tomorrow's reality. Decide now or panic later.
The isolation execution, your lone wolf fantasy. Fatal flaw number 5, you think you're the protagonist. You're not Rick Grimes, you're not Joel from The Last of Us. You're background character number 3 who dies in the cold open. Your single family unit cannot, will not survive alone. This is an opinion, it's math. Calculate the labor hours, security, 24 hours a day, minimum 2 people awake. That's 48 person hours daily just for watching. Food production, 4 hours daily per person, minimum. Water procurement and purification, 2 hours daily. Maintenance and repairs, 3 hours. Medical care, variable but constant. Sanitation, 2 hours. You're already at 60 plus person hours of work per day with a family of 4. Do the math. Someone's not sleeping, someone's not eating, someone's breaking. History lesson, every successful survival situation involved community. The Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, organized resistance networks. Sarajevo, neighborhood defense units. Hurricane Katrina, the communities that organized faster survived better. Your lone wolf fantasy is exactly that, fantasy. But here's where you really fail. You haven't identified your force multipliers. The neighbor with medical training, the guy down the street who actually knows electrical work, the grandmother who lived through rationing and knows 19 ways to cook pigeons. These aren't future allies, they're current assets you're failing to cultivate. Start now, not with, hey, want to join my survival group? That's creepy and counterproductive. Start with skills exchange. Teach them food preservation. Learn their expertise. Build interdependence before dependence becomes desperate. Form security pairs with one other family. Not 10, not a commune, one, maybe two. Small enough to trust, large enough to rotate duties. Practice shared protocols now. Establish communication methods that don't require power, because isolation equals exhaustion equals death.
The noise trap, when security becomes suicide. Fatal flaw number 6, you equate weapons with safety. Your arsenal, your pride, your death warrant. Every round you fire is a dinner bell for the desperate. Every generator you run is a beacon for the mob. Every light you shine is an invitation for violence. Physics lesson. Sound travels at 343 meters per second. A gunshot hits 140 to 190 decibels. That's audible for miles in urban environments, further in rural. You just announced your location, your resources, and your resistance to everyone within a 3-mile radius. Congratulations, you've got maybe 20 minutes before they arrive. Light discipline isn't military paranoia, it's physics. The human eye can detect a candle flame at 1.6 miles in darkness. Your Coleman lantern, that's visible at 10 miles. You're not illuminating your safety, you're spotlighting your vulnerability. Here's what kills the armed but ignorant. Force exhaustion. You can't maintain perpetual defense, nobody can. The human body requires 7 hours of sleep minimum to maintain cognitive function. After 72 hours without proper sleep, you're hallucinating. After 96, you're non-functional. The math is simple. They probe until you break. Master silent security. Trip wires with cans? Amateur hour. Use fishing line and chemical lights. Crack on disturbance, no sound until you need it. Learn noisemakers versus silent alerts. Create fatal funnels using furniture and psychology, not ammunition. Understand disparity of force. You're not defeating a mob, you're encouraging them to find easier targets. Display without deployment, visible deterrence without resource expenditure. The goal isn't winning fights, it's avoiding them, because every confrontation depletes resources you can't replace. Operational security means your left hand doesn't know what your right hand is hiding. Never display true resources. Never reveal actual capabilities. The neighbor doesn't need to know about your food stores. Your family doesn't need to know about your last resort supplies. Information discipline isn't paranoia when information gets you killed.
The rigid plan syndrome, when preparation becomes prison. Fatal flaw number 7, you prepped for the wrong apocalypse. You're ready for the EMP, the bombs, the zombies, the specific cinematic disaster you've imagined 1,000 times. Too bad reality doesn't read your script. You prepped for Mad Max and got the Dust Bowl. You trained for the road and got Venezuela. You're fighting the last war while dying in this one. Cognitive bias is killing you. Confirmation bias made you prep for what you feared most, not what's most likely. Availability heuristic made you overestimate dramatic threats and underestimate boring ones. You're more likely to die from supply chain disruption than nuclear winter, but one makes better movies. The prepared die because they can't adapt. Your water filter breaks. Now what? Your planned bug-out location floods. Where to? Your cash supplies got discovered. What's plan F? Not B. F, because plans B through E already failed. Real survival is jazz, not symphony. Improvisation, not script. The rule of threes isn't about minutes without air. It's about 3 plans for everything. 3 water sources, 3 food strategies, 3 shelter options, 3 ways to make fire, 3 communication methods. 3 is 2, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Learn principles, not just procedures. Don't memorize how to purify water with tablets. Understand that pathogen destruction requires either chemical intervention, UV exposure, thermal processing, or physical filtration. Now you can purify water 15 ways with whatever's available. Boiling, solar disinfection in clear bottles, sand and charcoal filtration, chlorination with pool shock, iodine from first aid kits, even electromagnetic radiation if you understand the wavelength. Your rigid plan is rigor mortis. Flexibility is life. The survivors of every collapse weren't the most prepared. They were the most adaptable. The ones who ate rats in Leningrad, who made shoes from tires in Bosnia, who distilled drinking water from sewage in Haiti. Not because they planned to, because they adapted to.
The 7-day symphony of failure. Let me tell you how you die. Not in the abstract, in detail. Day 1. The power dies at 3:47 a.m. You execute your plan flawlessly. Family to the safe room, inventory checked, radio monitored. You're prepared, you're ready, you're confident. This confidence will kill you. Day 2. The water stops. No problem, you have stored water, you have filters, you have tablets. The neighbors notice you're not panicking. They notice you're not at the emergency water distribution. Mental note made, target acquired. Day 3. Your diabetic mother's insulin isn't refrigerated anymore. The sealed bottles say they're good for 28 days at room temperature. They lied. Insulin degrades exponentially above 77 degrees F. It's 94 degrees F. She's got maybe 5 days of effective doses left. You can't tell her. The stress would spike her blood sugar, accelerating the consumption. You smile. You lie. The first fracture forms. Day 4. Your son sneaks food to his girlfriend's family. Just a little. They're hungry. He's 17 and still believes in heroes. You catch him, you explode, trust breaks. He stops talking to you, starts talking to others about what you have, about where it's stored. The second fracture spreads. Day 5, the water you collected from rain tastes wrong, metallic, sharp. You forgot about first flush contamination. The initial rainfall washes atmospheric pollutants and roof residue into your barrels. Benzene from nearby industry, lead from old fixtures. Your filter removes bacteria, not heavy metals. Your family is drinking poison, slowly. The symptoms won't show for weeks. By then, it won't matter. Day 6, you haven't slept more than 2 hours straight. Every sound is a threat. Every shadow is an intruder. Your spouse suggests rationing more strictly. You hear criticism, betrayal. You respond with paranoia disguised as leadership. Your daughter sees you crying. She tells her brother. They huddle together, whispering, planning. The family unit is dissolving into factions. Chemistry and exhaustion are winning. Day 7. The knock comes at dawn. Not aggressive, friendly. It's the neighbors. All of them. They're not here to rob you. They're here to inform you. They formed a community resource sharing initiative. Mandatory participation. Your supplies are now communal. Your preparation is now public. Your fortress is now transparent. You can share or you can leave. But if you leave, they'll know you chose selfishness over community. And they'll remember when you need help, when you're desperate, when your insulin runs out in 16 hours. You reach for your weapon, your hand shakes from exhaustion, dehydration, and low blood sugar. Your family looks at you, not with support, with fear. Of you, of what you've become in 7 days. This isn't fiction. This is Sarajevo, 92. New Orleans, 2005. Aleppo, 2016. This is the math of collapse. Predictable, preventable, inevitable, for the rigidly prepared.
The blood meridian, your choice. Here's your moment of clarity in the static of collapse. You have 2 choices. Not 10, not 3, 2. Choice 1. Keep playing pretend. Stay comfortable in your illusion of readiness. Your color-coded bins, your inventory spreadsheets, your weekend warrior workshops. Maintain your stockpile. Polish your guns. Keep believing that stuff equals survival. Wait for the specific disaster you've imagined. Die surprised when reality refuses to follow your script. Choice 2, embrace the chaos. Accept that survival isn't about prediction, it's about adaptation. That community isn't weakness, it's multiplication. That skills trump stuff, that flexibility beats strength. That the prepared die first because they stop learning once they start stockpiling. Train ugly, live ugly. Practice failure until failure becomes familiar.
Stress inoculation, sleep deprivation, resource limitation. Make peace with discomfort now or make peace with death later. Build networks, not bunkers. Cultivate allies, not arsenals. Learn production, not just consumption. Master principles, not just procedures. Because when the seventh day comes, and it will come, you won't rise to your expectations. You'll fall to your training. The Wasteland doesn't care about your preparation. It cares about your adaptation. The collapse doesn't test your supplies. It tests your psychology. The end doesn't come from outside. It grows from within. So here's my question, the only one that matters. When your family looks at you on day 7, exhausted, afraid, desperate, will they see a leader worth following or a hoarder worth leaving? The clock started ticking the moment you thought you were ready. Welcome to the real collapse. Population, you. Now adapt or feed the crows. Your choice. Choose wisely. Because in the Wasteland, the prepared don't survive. The adaptable do. And if you think you're prepared after hearing this, you've already failed the first test.